Now we're talking with Mark Foster, who is the owner of Alpha and Omega Restorations. Is that correct? Hey, yes. Mark, how you doing, man?
Real good.
So Alpha and Omega Restorations is an accredited Better Business Bureau since 2009. I know you have a ton of experience with all different types of restorations. Talk a little bit about your business.
Well, Bobby, I know that you have a tradition on your birthday that you go out in the community.
We do.
And you serve the community. Well, that's how Alpha and Omega basically was birthed right after 9/11, when I rededicated my life to Christ and surrendered all to Him.
Sure.
Started going to home Bible studies
right.
through our church at Cornerstone. And one day, my Bible study leader came to me and asked me if I would help our Bible study group do some repairs on a single mom's home.
Right.
And of course, I said yes. I was a general contractor at the time with my sister and brother-in-law's business. So we got out there and completely did a makeover on the exterior and a complete makeover on the interior.
That's awesome.
And about 9:30 that night, we had other people from the church come and bring glassware, silverware, linens, all kinds of things. And the mom was standing between my wife and I, and she was literally in tears. And we asked her if she was okay, and she said she had asked God for a home for her children.
Right.
And He gave her the home, but it was full of holes. And so she prayed about the holes, and she ran into my Bible study leader, and she told her about me. And
right.
So I just kind of turned to my wife, and I said, I know what we're going to do as part of our ministry.
Right.
So I had her go and open up Alpha and Omega Contractors DBA. And it basically, in 2001, it was there to help single moms, the elderly, the widowers, and less fortunate that needed a full-service general contractor.
Right.
But without that high overhead
right.
that we have. So the Lord just began to, bring people my way.
That's awesome.
And in 2006, He spoke to me to leave where I was at for over almost 30 years.
Right.
And to go full-time. So Alpha and Omega Contractors became Alpha and Omega Restoration.
That's awesome. That's a great story, dude. Yeah. It's a really good story.
Is it true that you were responsible for the renovations at the Alamo?
No.
Okay, I don't know where I read that. Let me ask you, what do you specialize in?
We specialize in just about everything. I started in 1981 doing construction and remodeling, and then my brother-in-law and I, as we were building his business, we were one of the top make-ready contractors in San Antonio and Austin. We dealt with all the big realty companies. But as the make-ready market started to change, about 89, we just focused on remodeling, especially kitchens and bath, and then started doing more custom home building and insurance restoration. Mm-hmm. And then about mid-90s, it was just pretty much kitchens and baths and remodeling, and then insurance restorators to where we became one of the best around.
Gotcha.
And so that's pretty much what I continue to do is insurance restorations, remodeling. But we also do, because I'm there for whatever the Lord brings me, we do just simple maintenance repairs. People will call us up and we'll go and hang a towel bar or something like that. Just things to help bless people that they need to get done in their homes or whatever. But we do roofing, all those things, flooring, everything.
If you're just joining us, we're talking to Mark Foster, the owner of Alpha and Omega Restorations. Now, Mark, we were speaking with Robin earlier about how important it is to have a really good, obviously you're one of the most honest dudes I've ever come across in the business. But
thank you.
But not only honesty, you need to have a lot more than that in this business. You have to have licensings. You're going to have a certain type of insurance to cover not only what you do, but your workers and the actual work itself. So tell me a little bit about what you carry, what you feel that most construction companies should have.
Well, I have to carry a general liability, and I have a $2 million aggregate.
Sure.
And that covers myself and some of my workers or my subcontractors. But for the most part, if I have a subcontractor, I try to find a licensed and insured.
Absolutely.
So that we have that double coverage on it.
Because they have their own coverage.
They should have their own. And my general liability, when it comes for renewals and stuff, they kind of look at how much I paid out to to various tradesmen.
Right, and to who?
And if they don't have it, then I have to
Cover more.
cover the premium on them. Yeah.
So it sounds like you have a pretty good sized team. Can you kind of name some of the subcontractors that you have on your team?
Well,
Maybe not their names.
Not their
well,
names.
no,
but what they do.
I have quite a
Everything.
few. I've got mechanicals from Bettis Mechanical. I've got my closest friend, Javier Pena, with PHI Services, that helps me with a lot of the commercial projects, larger projects, things like that. It's just subcontractors that I have worked with or developed a relationship. Some of them I've even developed the level of quality of workmanship and communication that I want with my business. As Judge tell you, I take my business and my reputation
Very serious.
very serious. My company slogan is, because he gave his very best, we give our very best.
Yeah.
He being the Father who gave the Son and the Son who gave his life. So the people that I bring out to a site for my clients have to be fair, honest, and quality. Otherwise, I don't need them, and you're quickly deleted off my phone list. So,
Well, I'm glad you answered my phone then when I called.
I'm not on the list.
No,
He
you're
doesn't-
definitely
never
not.
answers
You
my calls.
cannot be on the
oh,
list. So let's talk a little bit about some of the delays that happens when you're getting bids for couples or families that are trying to renovate their home. What are some of the common delays?
well, as you were speaking earlier, a lot of times they're not fully sure of what they want to do. And if you can work with the designer or you can work with the decorator, that's fine. I do remember listening to one Saturday morning, one of those home improvement shows, and one gentleman was speaking. He was a designer. And he says that, your general contractor, he almost made us sound like cavemen. Like, we don't have a thought in our head. We just can go do. But no, I typically listen to my clients and get a vision of what they want. As you know, I'm the type that when you start to tell me, I see it done.
Right.
Because I have literally in my head done the work and see the finished product.
Right.
And so I feel it's my responsibility to then relay that vision back to them, verify that is.
Sure.
That's what they're wanting. But then I also help them realize some of the drawbacks to some of what their vision is.
Right.
We run into a lot of that.
So you consult just as much as anything else
because
and educate.
They're saying they want to do this and this and this and this. And I'm looking at the overall project and I'm trying to envision the finished product, and I may just tell them, you have to change some
stuff. Mark, this has been really good information that you've given us. And I know that you're willing to give anyone a free estimate if they're looking for some work done.
Yes.
If anyone is out there listening on YouTube or the podcast or on the radio, they can text the word free to 210-385-4200. That's 210-385-4200. And Mark Foster, one of my favorite people, definitely my favorite building contractor, will go out there and let you know what you need. Thank you guys for joining us this hour. We had a really good show. If you missed any of it, you can go to bobbyandjjradio.com. Find us on Facebook, Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. We'll be available next week too. It's Sunday at 10 a.m.